Australia's national defence strategy is one of denial and is based on the ability to project and sustain deployed land forces in Australia's primary area of military interest. All three services of the Australian Defence Force are to be transformed and optimised for littoral manoeuvre operations and deployed by sea, land and air from Australia. The Air Force plays the critical role in quickly transporting and then supporting the deployed land force. But doing so can face challenges, such as limited or indeed no airfields because they don't exist or they've been taken out. This is where a true amphibian, that is a seaplane that can take off and land on both land and water, and one that has enhanced short takeoff and landing performance, is important. Seaplanes have a long history in warfare, often remembered for anti-ship and anti-submarine warfare, but also as transports. A country with a long history of seaplanes is Japan, which made significant use of them during the Second World War. Currently, the Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, the JMSDF, has in service the ShinMaywa US-2, which is used for search and rescue missions. The JMSDF intends to purchase up to 14 US-2s for its SAR needs. However, the company is exploring the possibility of a dedicated transport version. G'day and salutations. Today's briefing: Australia needs this aircraft, the US-2 Amphibian, a capability analysis. This briefing will examine how this aircraft's capabilities are consistent with Australia's national defence strategy and how this aircraft would fit in to the ADF's force structure. A shout out to members and thank you to all who have subscribed. Please hit the bell icon to be notified of when I post a new briefing. The US-2 is a true amphibian able to take off and land both from land and water. In terms of size, the US-2's maximum takeoff weight of around 55 tonnes places it between the C-130J Hercules at say 70 tonnes and the C-27J Spartan at 33 tonnes. It is powered by similar engines to those two, with 4 AE2000J turboprops rated at 3,424 kilowatts or 4,600 horsepower each. A particular attribute of the US-2 is its short takeoff and landing or STOL capability. With a takeoff distance on water of 280 metres or 920 feet and a landing distance on water of 330 metres or 1,080 feet. This STOL performance is delivered by Boundary Layer Control, or BLC, a mechanism for controlling the layer of air around the wing of the aircraft to sustain lift at low speeds without stalling. With this system, the aircraft can fly at very low speeds, around 50 knots or 90 kilometres per hour. The US-2 can operate on rough seas with waves as high as 3 metres or sea state 4. The current US-2 is fitted with a large access door on the left or port side. Proposed modifications for a new transport version include reinforcing the floor panels to increase the cargo capacity and enlarging the cargo doors. This might increase the current payload of around 15 tonnes to possibly up to 17.5 tonnes. Another proposed modification is an automatic night landing capability. This would be particularly useful if the US-2 was employed to deploy special forces or amphibious pre-landing teams, who would reconnoitre amphibious landing zones prior to the Army's combat brigades making an amphibious landing. Apart from the military roles just discussed, the US-2 would also be available for both military and civilian search and rescue missions. In SAR mode, it has a crew of 11 consisting of 2 pilots, 1 search and rescue coordinator, 2 onboard maintenance personnel, 3 divers, 2 paramedics, and 1 sensor operator, and can carry 20 passengers or 11 stretchers. In terms of location, this capability might be based at Townsville, Cairns or Darwin and forward deploy to Cocos or Christmas Islands, Manus Island in Papua New Guinea, or Guam or Palau Islands. In summary, the US-2 Amphibian would provide a unique and significant capability to allow the Air Force transport component to deliver and support the ground forces' littoral operations when there are no runways available. This capability could be used to deploy a pre-landing force to secure an amphibious landing zone prior to the Army's landing craft deploying troops, to resupply forces deployed to littoral areas by the Army's Littoral Lift Group, to deploy special forces, to conduct limited submarine resupply, to conduct search and rescue missions, both military and civilian, and to support humanitarian assistance and disaster response missions. Rather than looking at this as an additional aircraft for the Royal Australian Air Force, this should be viewed as replacing the C-27J Spartan, which is not combat deployable, and through also delivering a new capability that supports Australia's national strategy. That concludes today's briefing. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to click the notification button so you don't miss the next briefing. You never know what it will be about. Happy to take suggestions for briefings from members. Until next time, Fale de Cero.